Life is easy. So many people make their problems so much more difficult and so much more challenging than what it needs to be, unless you're dealing with a life or death situation, because the opposite of life is death, which means nothing in life is going to last forever. There is a solution. Or you're dealing with a disability because you're disabled, or your health. There are solutions to your problem. Now, of course, when you're going through situations, if you weren't taught and shown how to overcome adversity or how to problem solve or how to come up with solutions because you lack certain resources, mindsets, and behaviors, you're going to feel limited. You may feel like it's going to be hard. Life has to be difficult, that you have to struggle, that you have to do so much, when struggling and suffering is not the only way that you can become abundant or live your best life. So, for example, let's just say you're driving to work and you're on the highway and you get a flat tire. What could you do? You either A, have to pull over, B, you have to call your insurance, C, you may have to tow your car, or you may have to call somebody to come and get you. You may have to leave your car on the side of the road. Like, is it an inconvenience? Yes, but at the end of the day, you have a car. If you have the finances, you'll be able to solve your problem. How quickly? It all depends on your insurance. How quickly depends on where you are in the world. You have a phone. Like, we have resources. And if you don't have the money, before you say, oh, it's not that easy, you don't have money. If you don't have the money, you can't worry about it. And I'm speaking from experience. When I was broke, me worrying about me not having certain things didn't change my situation. And that's the same thing with you. You either have it or you don't. Worrying is not going to help. Life becomes easy once you realize it comes with a certain level of responsibility. Learn the lessons. If you're not learning lessons in life, or if you're not learning how to solve problems, that's when life becomes so much more difficult and chaotic and so challenging. But it's like, when you get the chance, avoid people who make things difficult and struggle and who want to suffer. And it's not a coincidence that you're watching this video all the way to the end. You want to be successful, you want to be motivated, you want to be educated, and that's your favorite mental health specialist who's really your favorite rich auntie. That's what I'm here to do. So you can choose to live an easy life, or you could choose to suffer. Life is about choices. No, the only time my life was difficult and was so hard when attention. I was around people and places and things I had no business being around. It's so simple. When you learn how to take accountability, when you learn there are certain responsibilities that come with your actions, your consequences, why is it difficult? If you don't have the money to pay your bills, you don't have the money to pay your bills. What do you have to do? You may have to go to work. You may have to go without for a couple of days, for a couple of months. Like, that's why it's difficult. That's why it's so hard, because you're not willing to do what needs to be done. And you haven't learned the lesson. And if I'm being completely honest, a lot of you all are too prideful. And as your favorite mental health specialist who's really your favorite rich auntie, I'm here to keep it real. You can't be embarrassed or ashamed if you don't have it. You either do or you don't. Like I said, unless it's life or death, because that's it. You live and then you go. Don't make your problems so much more complicated than what they need to be. Learn how to problem solve immediately. The more you start to learn how to problem solve, the more you realize what's in your control and what's not. So whatever problem that you're dealing with, let me know in the comment section. We can come up with a solution, and make sure to follow for more. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, and you want to see a whole tutorial